Hi, welcome. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2020. We're using Sawyer's Path Tarot for our message today. And two cards from the bottom of the deck for us. First is Two of Cups. Don't you just love this card when you see it? I do. I do. For me, it is intuitively, this is about your relationship to self first and foremost. It's one of those cards that connects us to, or reminds us to stay connected to our relationship to self, not to be looking outside the self for anything. In Sawyer's Path, there's a bit of eclipse energy on this card, and we may be in consideration for some of the energies of the last eclipse and eclipse further back in the timeline. So if you are feeling like you are doing a lot of spiritual processing, and by that I mean you are at one moment noticing that your mood may be dipping a bit and you may feel quite affected by the energy atmosphere. You notice that you're a bit uncomfortable, and then you shift out of that because you've noticed it and you're realizing, ooh, I'm not feeling quite as happy as I typically do. So what you then turn to your own heart space. You start elevating your own frequency and you get it back on track. And then you might discover you have another dip again in the energy and you've got to bring it back up. And it's not uncommon when your intuitive gifts are heightened and quite sensitive, and certainly we are feeling that. So the energy atmosphere feels charged. Intuitively speaking, we're picking up on it. So relationship to self is super important, and shifting our frequency into one of happiness, love, compassion, kindness, and joy. We do that for us. We do that so that we have that to give, so that our cups remain full, remain overflowing. So it could be from the current energy atmosphere. It could be from some lingering eclipse energy that may have been stirred up in the recent retrograde. Whatever it is, wherever it's coming from, you're going to want to stay connected to the you of you so that you can give the love that you are. Coming with our Two of Cups. Oh, how perfect. The King of Cups, holding the Ace of Cups. So we have an appearance of the Ace of Cups times 3 right here. And doesn't that just flow together so nicely if you take a look at the artwork? Just look how beautiful that is. So lots of emotion. Tons of water here in these two cards. And things may be stirred up for you. And you may have to continue to recenter yourself. And a master, kings, queens, a master does that. So we may find ourselves in dramatically shifting waters for a short period of time, or maybe just through the day you're going to feel it more succinctly than you have recently, and you'll notice that you have to be more present within relationship to self so that you can move onward carrying your beautiful Ace of Cups into your day and into every connection that you have, and that you are giving from the overflow. Remember that, give from the overflow. All right, coming with this, the star, yes. Manifestation, guiding star, right here on the card. Typically 8 stars on the star card, connecting us to strength. We see a little bit of the strength here on this cup in the Two of Cups as well. And the star, as I remind you, follows the tower, chronologically speaking, in tarot. So she's walked away from the tower that's come down. She's stepped out of the debris field. She took nothing with her. She's nude on the card because she has nothing to hide. She is brave about her vulnerabilities. She is courageous about her vulnerabilities. We heard a little bit of this in yesterday's reading as well. So this is a card of manifestation and holding faith for what is in our present moment and how that contributes to the oncoming moments for our, well, short-term and long-term happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment. So the star card is a representation of where we are bringing our relationship within self where we're bringing our Ace of Cups to the flow, the river of life, dipping it in, creating a new manifestation. And this bird here reminds me just a little bit of a phoenix. So wouldn't that just be the case if walking away from the tower, you know, on the star card? So we've stepped out of the debris field, so we are like the phoenix rising. And where are we taking all of this energy? Where are we taking our overflow? What are we turning it into? And then we have the Three of Wands. Great. So the Two of Wands, as you know, is stepping through a doorway into a whole new realm of potential and possibility. The Three of Wands is building in that new space. So the Two of Wands is somewhat like stepping through the doorway and looking at a horizon and having a vision for what it is you're building there, what you're creating there. And what a nice flow with the Two of Cups turning inward to self, relationship to self, so that all of our relationships stay in harmony and in balance, tapping the flow of the all that is and co-creating with that. And in Sawyer's Path, one of the things I love about the deck is that it has these potential thought bubbles. This one isn't filled in. It's full of pure white light. And so the possibilities are endless, but we do know that we are building something new on our foundation here with the Star card. And we're building that out of our overflow. Fantastic. And what's in the Ace of Cups, here in the Two, here in the King, is pure, raw, loving bliss. That is a divine and cosmic gift being offered to us from the universe, and it's represented 3 times over here in just these 2 cards. Then we have Our Lady Star dipping into the flow, the river of the all that is. And here we are now planting wands and building a vision for what's coming next. Ooh, the Magician. The Magician and the Star in the reading. Beautiful. So the Magician, as you know, he's got all the tools of the tarot at his disposal. And they're all right there, ready for him to pick up and use if he wants to. However, he doesn't use them. He relies solely on himself within his relationship to self because of the self-mastery that he has. He knows how to use that and how to create with that. And where's this all going? Well, into the Ten of Swords, apparently. You have to really love and appreciate the Ten of Swords. You know, the tens are fulfillment and completion, right? And when you have 10 swords pinning you to the ground, you're done. You're completely done with that phase, and you're not getting up from it. No. In general terms in tarot, the Ten of Swords is a card that has you really carrying on. You're looking to a new horizon. We're seeing it here in the 3. We're definitely seeing it here with the Star. And we have really passionate and inspired energy for creation here with the Magician. So when we have the Ten of Swords, it's called the Fallen Master. We are taking all the best of our self-mastery and carrying it with us into this new horizon. So the vision is still building, and it may not be fully formed for us at this time. We're still sort of sketching it out in our hearts and our minds, right? But the Ten of Swords is a wonderful card because it represents some really significant life experience and life lessons, and we take the very best of those. Each of those swords represents a sword that has gotten to the heart of the matter for us somewhere along the line in our maturity, our development, right? And we saw that yesterday with the 9 and the 3 of Swords. It was something that had already come to pass, and something had stimulated our memory of it, and we were engaged with it, sort of this emotional processing or spiritual processing, and having to adjust frequency for it, right? So that we could stay in our mastery. And then, you know, we've got this King reminding us of it. We've got The Magician reminding us of it, and now we have the Ten of Swords. And what is that flowing into? But the Wheel of Fortune. The Divine Delivery System. Now we had that in yesterday's reading as well. And so this reading ends on that note, or these tarot cards end on that note, that the divine is still in the process of delivering. So it's nice that this little thought bubble isn't filled all the way in for us. It's nice that we haven't had to actually pick up a tool, because we are deep in our own development here with the Magician, and we are relying on what's within our heart to build and create in harmony with the divine all that is, for what's being delivered to us off the wheel, that is in harmony with the dream we hold for our life, the beautiful and exquisite energy we wish to conduct our lives within, from what we wish to share, how we wish to give that. And we are in a new phase of development with it. So this is pretty exciting. It's kind of a, we're sitting there at the drawing board and we're sketching it all out, and there's a whole world of possibility there for us. How sweet is that? I like it. Let's do angel answers. Ask a question, get some confirmation, have a fresh message. Our first card. Success. Emphatic success. We are successful with this. And why not, right? Yesterday we had the Strength card letting us know we were strong enough to take a look at what the 9 and the 3 of Swords were stimulating in the memory field for us, so that we could heal it, let it go. And today we have this fresh perspective of co-creation with the divine all that is. So we've let go enough to recognize that there's room on the foundation for us to build something new, and we're going to do that out of the overflow on offer to us here. You know, that 2 of Cups also connects to strong partnerships, strong friendships, strong beloved relationships, as well in bonds deepening. And it's because of that, because we have such stability in our connections, that we have the strength and strength over here in the Star card as well, to dream something new. Awake. Dream it awake. Make it real. Make what you want a reality. Magician. And then you have if you believe. 2 things when I see this card. First, energy investment. Where are you putting it? Where's it coming from? Is it coming out of an old belief system that has some limitations attached to it? Or are you truly in the raw joy and inspiration of tuning into your inner star and your inner magician to bring something alive in your world? And then falling out of the deck. Recovery. Yes. This is such a beautiful card. I feel like it's a confirmation into today's reading from yesterday's reading. I feel that there's a bit of recovery going on here from that 9 of Swords and 3 of Swords that showed up. And I feel that this card is a confirmation that we successfully brought a truckload of love to whatever was there, and we let go, and we can now feel the healing of that. One more card. Ooh, making another appearance for us. The Trust card. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust the journey. All right, let's see what our affirmation from the universe has your back has to say. This deck. It's just magic. I swear it's magic. I am the dreamer of my dream. What was I saying? We're dreaming it awake. Whatever it is for us, we are dreaming it awake. We're making it a reality. How beautiful is that? Okay, let's do our spirit animal. And again, another shout out to Mother Phoenix. She gave us the most beautiful and detailed information on Hammerhead Shark from yesterday's reading. So if you have an opportunity, go back to yesterday's reading and look in the comments section, because wow, thank you, Mother Phoenix. That was awesome. So appreciated. All right, and our creature today is the bear. We've got a mama bear there. She's got some baby bears in the background. This, for me, intuitively speaking, and look this up for yourself because there's a lot to be read on bear spirit. But for me, this is something coming out of hibernation within us. Something that's been dormant, maybe sleeping. Now we've got time for whatever it is to bring it to life, to wake it up, dream it awake, right? Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Happy Tuesday. You know it's one of my favorite days of the week. Peace, love, joy, happiness to each and every one of you. Blessings. Namaste. Bye for now.